Scrawlrbox, Scrawlrbox. Hi everyone and welcome back to the Colour Cave, where we like to play with art stuff. My name is Jem and today it is time to unbox the May Scrawlrbox, which is the UK art subscription box that comes on a monthly basis. I do alternate month on month as to which box I do the challenge for on the spot. So today we are just going to be unboxing and the challenge video will come in about a week's time. If you want unboxing and arting all together, hold your horses until the next video on Sunday, where I will be unboxing and doing the challenge for Upcrate, which is the monthly subscription box from Germany. Anyway, if you're not familiar with Scrawlrbox, as I mentioned, it is a monthly subscription, so every month you get a box of goodies. And the supplies are supposed to work together and they give you a prompt to create an artwork using the given supplies. In this box we also get a little magazine that gives you some inspiration, some tips and hopefully some motivation too, as well as a featured artist and a sticker and a sweet. I always forget about the sweet in this box. So let's see what we have got on offer this month. Ooh! Here is our Scrawler Zine, so this is the little magazine I was talking about. We'll look at that last. This looks like paint or ink sploshes, so that might give us a clue as to what is going on. And I always like to take a look at the surface that we get to draw on, because that's usually helps us along to try and unravel what it is we're actually getting. And you can see here this is an A5 watercolor pad. It is Scrawlrbox paper, 10 sheets, 190 GSM, so that's quite thin. For watercolor paper. It says HP, which I'm assuming is hot press. Yeah. Oh no, maybe not. It doesn't feel I'm not convinced about that. Hot press paper is usually really smooth. This does have a little bit of texture to it, so I may be mistaken with that. I'm rather puzzled by the 190. That's, yeah, you want 200 GSM paper. That's kind of, you know, industry standard, for want of a better phrase, but so we'll let that one slide for now. But I have noticed that Scrawlrbox are giving us their own paper more and more, so it's something that they've clearly invested in, so we can test that out. Oh look, delicate colours here. This is very pretty and I like the colour scheme especially. And this person that they have painted has heterochromia, two different coloured eyes. My friend and neighbour also has heterochromia and I find it absolutely fascinating. Very, very interesting indeed. The reason that I find it fascinating is because my degree is in, well, it's in animal biology, but you know, I look a lot at genetics and things like that, so this really interests me. Okay, Arlisha Yetzer, this is her. Okay, she spent most of her childhood in Southern California, so she's in the States as well. And there are links to her social media down in the bottom corner. She has a YouTube channel, Instagram, and also a website as well. Okay, so let's take a look at her supplies. Here's our sticker. Play the sticker puzzle game. Well, here's the splodge. Yep, so that fits in there. And you can see that lines up with the lines on her neck. Just something that I like to amuse myself with. We've got a clear sweet here as well. No indication of what it is. Some kind of boiled sweet. Oh. Right, I cannot pronounce this company name. This is a Dutch company. It's not pronounced Brunzeel, but that's kind of how it sounds in my head. This looks like a kneaded eraser, and I'm loving the fact that it's yellow. And that conveniently matches my sketchbook. I like this. I can safely say the same thing about both of these items. Neither one of these are going to stay yellow for long. I've already got marks on the front of this. But yeah, that's cheered me up considerably. Yeah, so looks like a kneaded eraser, yes, and it's going to be a mustard colour just shortly. We've got a paintbrush here, and it is a Scrawlrbox paintbrush. Oh, look at the tip on this. That's exciting. So this is a flat brush that's been brought to, I don't even know if you can call that a filbert or not. It's a number 8 anyway. We'll hopefully read a little bit more about that in our supplies list in just a moment. And we have another wow, this is a beast. A Pentel Side FX mechanical pencil. Oh, and it's a squishy pushy button on the side, look. Oh, that's sturdy. Oh, I quite like that. It's quite a chunky pencil to hold though. Some people really like these ergonomic grips you get on these pencils. I find them a bit of a pain in the ass, simply because my hand's not good with stuff. It's a 0.5 lead and I'm going to make the assumption that it's an HB lead that's in it unless I am indicated otherwise. But that is a sturdy piece of kit. For those of you that like good chunky implements, that's pretty good. Ooh, Scrawlrbox exclusive peerless watercolors palette. Oh, this is fancy. I do like fancy things. Oh, okay. So these are literally, this reminds me of, I can't remember what they're called. We had a pad once before and it was like watercolor sheets and they were good fun and the pigment was really vibrant. And we've got a lot of colours here. Alice Blue, I like that. They feel kind of powdery to the touch. There's loads in here though. Oh, No True Green, Mountain Green, okay. I was hoping Peacock Blue. I was kind of hoping for like a green. I'm missing good greens just now. We all seem to be turquoisey. But it's not to say that when we actually swatch these out that they would be different to the way that they are on these sheets. These are interesting. They are leaving pigment on my fingers. I don't know if you can see that in the light or not. But yeah, there's stuff coming off the back of those. I've got multicoloured fingers already. Okay, that's quite messy, but interesting. So let's have a wee look here then. Peerless watercolour sheets, pack of 12 custom colours. Zoom in a wee bit there, you can see what's going on. Get creative with this custom palette of colours that was specially selected by none other than our featured artist herself. The perfect travel companion for watercolour on the go. Debatable. The concentrated deposit of high intensity pigment on each sheet ensures vibrant and intense colour for any painting project. So these are very similar to the ones we've had before and I wish I could remember the name of them. They are very versatile and can be used by adding water directly to each sheet to activate the pigment, or you can gather pigment onto a damp brush and transfer it to a palette for colour mixing or diluting. Just be sure to double check which side you use. For reference, the names of the colours are printed on the back of each sheet and the pigment is layered on the other side. So that explains why I was getting pigment on my fingers, because I was holding them upside down. So the colour names are on this side, but the actual pigment itself is on this side. And you can see there, that's gone off onto my fingers again. The thing that's concerning me about this is there seems to be transfer from other colours. There's a big purple line down the middle of this one. You see that in the light. I don't know whether that's just the mix of the pigment on the paper or whether that's come from something else. So it's kind of important to stack these with all of them facing the same way, because if you stack them that way and they're still damp, you're going to get some colour transfer. Okay, that's good to know though. The recommended retail price is $12.99, which is not bad at all. And these sheets, I don't know how long they would last, but I think they've got reasonable longevity. The Pentel Side FX mechanical pencil. Innovative pencil design is equipped with a large retractable eraser. Ooh! I just got super excited for no reason. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, I like this pencil even more now. Oh, okay, so you can twist that down. I like that feature very much. Okay, a large retractable eraser. And they've missed out an R in eraser, never mind. And a convenient side button for lead dispensary, as previously demonstrated. So you can extend your lead without even needing to lift your hand from its drawing position. Its unique hexagonal barrel and rubber grip provides comfort for extended use, and it also features a handy pocket clip, perfect for slipping into any pocket or bag for easy transport and on-the-go sketching. Recommended retail price $2.35. I would say that's pretty good for that. The kneadable eraser. Oh, you can get a pink one as well. The pink one's on the paper here. This easer, again, we've missed an R, is a versatile little tool perfect for erasing not only graphite but also charcoal or pastel. The tacky surface of this eraser is ideal for lifting pencil marks from paper and can also be shaped and formed into any desired configuration required for precise erasing. £1.20, bargain at £1.20. I'm really tempted to just start using this. It does feel really soft. I can't believe I'm excited about a razor. What is wrong with me? The Zine custom angled brush size 8, an angled brush. It's not a filbert at all, Gem. A German brush maker that stands for expertise in brush manufacture. Densely packed bristles are designed to hold water and pigment, allowing for perfect control over the flow of colour from brush to paper. It will also hold a precise fine point for detail, springing back into shape after every stroke. Okay, this has got gum on it, or transit glue, whatever you want to call it. So I will have to wash that off, and it is an incredibly pointy point. Like, you don't get much more perfect a point on that. But I'm going to go and destroy what's holding it together, and we can actually see if it does go back into a point. I'm imagining it's not going to go like that because that's insane. But I'm hoping that it does hold its point. That would be really nice. Okay, so the watercolour paper is hot pressed watercolour paper. It features a lovely smooth non-textured base. Hello? Am I missing something here? I'm very aware I've got dirty fingers. That has got a dimpled surface on it. It's really difficult to show you this in the light, but there is a surface to that. I'm trying to touch it with a clean finger. You can feel it like that. Okay, no. Never mind. We'll see how the paint goes down on it. Ideal for artworks that require seamless blending, effortless gradients and fine detailed illustrations. Perfect pairing for any water-based medium, including watercolor, acrylic and gouache. Recommended retail price is £2.99, so that's pretty cheap paper. I don't know whether to be excited about this or not. I'm kind of half and half right now. Let's see what we've got in our Scrawler zine. Bish bash bosh. Ooh, look at all the paper. So this is an overview of the supplies. Oh, this is the sweet is a fruit drop. Delicious flavoured boiled sweets. Suitable for vegetarians. It's gluten-free and it's gelatin-free as well. Doesn't actually say it's suitable for vegans, but I would imagine... I mean, if there's not any gluten in it and there's no gelatin in it, then what is in it? It says it's just sugar. It's probably just sugar. Anyway, I digress. Sit down with our May featured artist, so grab a cup of tea and sit down and read through this. I'm absolutely loving our illustrations. I'm not big on portraits, but these are really atmospheric and our colour choices are amazing. Scrawler tips. Okay, so they talk about the watercolours first of all, making sure you use the correct side. It's saying that you can lift the watercolour pigment directly off the paper and you can dab it with a tissue. Do not rub the tissue over the surface as you can risk damaging the paper. Yep, okay. Talking about dilution ratios as well. Obviously, the more water you add, the less vibrant your colours become. Mixing. The artist's advice, she's saying here that the colours are very vibrant, so it might be an idea to water them down if you're looking for something a bit more subtle. The Scrawler Gallery, March 22. Oh, this was the robot one. Oh, this was fun. I had so much fun with this. I love looking at these as well. Look at this one. Look at it. It's like a hand for a tail. That's amazing. That is so good. Oh, I'm a crab toaster. Oh, a crab toaster. That's so cool. Oh, we're here. We're here. Mekamoggy made it in. Yay! Well, that's just made my day. I also notice as well in the green art, which is someone who is a caver, but someone I also follow on Instagram, and that is freaking adorable as well. I love all of these. This is amazing. It looks like everyone had really, really good fun with this prompt. I'm so glad Mekamoggy made it in as well. Awesome! Oh, this one's super cute as well. I think I'm torn between the ones that are here. I'm really into the crab toaster. Like, I'm super into that one. I think that might be my favourite. But I really like the cuteness and the kind of delicate background on this one too. Oh, these are all so good. Anyway, right, let's move on. Scrawler Extra. Talking about portraits here, so that's a bit of extra information about that. And they're talking about painting your own face down the side here as well. There's a QR code you can scan to watch one of our YouTube videos as well. That's really cool. That's super cool. That's a good use of a QR code. And that is our Scrawler zine. Well, I don't know. Again, I don't know whether to be excited about this or not. But I'm going to get a tidy up here and we can test out the supplies. Righty ho ho, let's get testing. I have washed this brush and I'm pleased to report it is damp, but I'm pleased to report that it's kept its lovely little pointy point and it feels so soft. Like this is a nice paintbrush. I like this a lot. So before we get to the paint though, I'm going to start with the pencil. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's really difficult to get away from going like that. Might just take a bit of practice. But see, assuming that this is an HB pencil and it seems to be from the, just from the sort of darkness of the line. That wasn't very technical, was it? Let's get you zoomed in a wee bit here so we can see what's going on. Yeah, so mostly going to be used for sketching. Can use it to add in detail. But if I just do this back and forth, I'm pretty sure you can see the texture of the paper there. Yeah, obviously I'm pressing quite hard here, but it's just to demonstrate a point that there is indeed texture on this paper. So not as smooth as some hot press papers, but definitely not cold press, definitely not. So yeah, this is going to do us pretty well, and this actually feels quite nice to use. I might actually have a bash of you know, using this for an extended period to see how I get on with it. I really want to like these ergonomic grips, and they're supposed to help you grip better, which is something that I need in my life, but I've yet to find one that suits me, so that's quite interesting. I'm also really excited for this eraser. It's ridiculous. I think it's just because it's yellow, honestly. It definitely has like Play-Doh or plasticine consistency. It's considerably kneadable. Had a lot of kneadable erasers that are a lot harder than this, and you've really got to heat them up with your hands. Yeah, this is really soft. This is nice. And I just love the fact that it's yellow. But the fact remains is it needs to erase. It doesn't matter how pretty it is, it needs to erase. So using a lifting technique, you know, if you were going to lighten up your sketch before you start watercolouring, you can see there it's lifting pretty well. In terms of actually... dirty already. In terms of erasing, obviously you can bend it into any shape that you want. So let's try and take a cut through this really heavy graphite. That's pretty good. That's exceptionally good. Okay, this is really good. I quite like this. I might actually buy myself another one. So thumbs up for the eraser, thumbs up for the pencil, and now on to the fun part. We're going to swatch out these colours. I kind of, like, something in me wants to put these in a really sensible order. The thing that I don't like is that you can't use it and see the colour name at the same time. So that's a thing for me. It might not be a thing for other people, but that is definitely a thing for me. And we've got 12 colours here, so I was just going to try and sort them into some sort of sensible grouping here. So we'll start with the yellow, Gamboge or Gamboge yellow. Really excited for this paintbrush. So I'm just going to try lifting it straight off of here because I want to see how vibrant this is going to be. So I've got a brush here that's got a little bit of water on it. Yeah, that's pretty vibrant. Let's have a little double dip here and see what oh, this is going to go for miles. This is going to be one of these. Okay. Okay, so a little of this goes a really, really, really long way, which is kind of what I've expected. Again, damp brush. So this is Ecru. Oh, so you can see I've picked up a lot less pigment that time, and that's given me this beautiful range of colour. These are nice. I like these. They seem to be quite versatile. I'm not sure about the spelling of this. Jacquemino Red, maybe? Feel free to correct me in the comments, guys. You know I like to pronounce things properly where I can. Oh, that's pink. Oh, that's like borderline offensive pink, that. Oh, good grief, okay. And I'm really enjoying this paintbrush. I might actually just have to use this permanently now. I'm actually in love with it. No. I can't actually read this one. It looks as if it says Arley's Opera. It might be Marley's Opera, and I'm just missing the M. I can only go with what I've got. So there we go. That's the first thing. Some of the colour names aren't that obvious. Oh, that's lovely as well. Yes. Look at this brush though. Look how precise we can get our marks. Like, that's super nice. And if we use it on its side, we can get a really thin line as well. This is superb. So when I'm finished with these, I'm turning them over that way so that they can dry before I stack them back up together. I'm kind of running out of space here. Alizarin red. Oh. Right, let's try some of these. I love the fact that on the back it looks completely different to, you know, what it looks like when it's activated. That's fun. I like that. I like fun things. Wowee! Holy freaking, yeah, turquoise blue. I wouldn't say that's turquoise myself, but okay. Oh, Gem likes this colour very much, very much. That's a nice kind of like viridian colour. Peacock, that's peacock blue apparently. I don't know about you, but that looks green to me. Can't spell. This one's called Alice Blue. I'm just exploring different marks with this brush as well. I really, really like this brush. Now this one is neutral tint, I think that says. Again, very difficult to read. This is so we can mix it with other things. Oh, look at that! Okay, mountain green, closely followed by that, is my favourite. But yeah, we can do a lot of mixing with that. That's going to give us a lot of contrast. And then we've got heliotrope. Ooh. Look how that's moving about on the paper as well. That is lovely. Just add a bit more water in for funsies here. Why not? See what it does with the water. I'm in love with this. And lastly, we've got Bismarck brown. Quite a nice sort of burnt brown colour. Okay, yeah, really like this. If I just zoom out though, all the way out, this is the space that I'm taking up leaving these lying out where, because they've been wet and I don't want to stack them back together because obviously they'll transfer onto the other side. So I could have done this a little bit neater and tidier, but that's a huge amount of space to take up for something that's good for travelling with. Just saying. Could maybe cut them in half. I mean, there's nothing to stop you cutting them in half because you can write on the other side, you know, what the colour is down here. You could do that, that would work. These are quite big. I really want to try mixing this neutral tint with other things, so I'm just going to grab myself a little palette. Oh, this one looks a bit lost and forlorn. It's been neglected, this little petal palette. I don't use it very often. It's a bit dusty, and there's a dog hair in it, that goes without saying. I don't know how, because it's 5 shelves up from the floor, but still. So they did suggest, I'll zoom you back in a little bit again. They did suggest that you can transfer some of the pigment into wells for mixing, so we're going to have a little go at this. I'm enjoying what's going on with the water here as well. It seems to have a little bit of personality and a little bit of a mind of its own, which I quite like. And I find that some watercolours are not as mobile as others when dumped in water, if that makes sense. But these seem to be happy to sort of meander about and do their own thing. That's one of the reasons I really like watercolour. So here we go. This is the other problem now. With all these set out like this, I now don't know which colour is which without picking them up and turning them over. Obviously, you'll get familiar with them the more you use them, but as a noob, I'm having to sort of dig through. I mean, you can take a guess, but you might not get it right first time. Right, so here's the neutral tint. This is the one that I wanted. So I'm just going to like scoop up some of that. Oh, that's crazy. Dump some of that in there. That's a reasonable amount of pigment. And let me grab something. Right, well let's take the Jacquemino, and this, I'm going with Jacquemino pink, you know, the offensive pink. Can I just call it offensive pink? Is that okay? And of course it's the third one out of these 3 pinky ones. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so if I grab a little bit of this and dump it in the well next door. I think, again, deciding on ratios here, this might take a bit of practice with these. There's every reason for that. So I'm just going to try and grab a little bit here. I just kind of want to see what happens. And I imagine I'll only need like a teeny weeny bit of this. Yeah, oh, look at this purple. We've kind of almost back to heliotrope here. Bit more of a pinky consistency. So that's quite interesting. It is changing the colour rather than just muting it down. So let's have a go with, this is the yellow. I'll pop that in there. And again, oh. So we can really experiment with some colour mixing here. I've only put a tiny splodge of that in, and that's given us like a kind of dirty yellow. Dirty yellow. Oh, it's almost kind of heading into a greenish colour. Definitely different from what's going on up here, this one. And let's try with one of the blues. The green. Let's have the peacock blue that's green. We can maybe try with a little bit of that as well. I'm going to have to get a bigger palette when I actually do the scrawler challenge here. Look how vibrant these colours are. They look really pretty all together like this. Ooh. And if we add a bit more, what happens if we just like plonk it in there? Oh, look. It's going to do its own thing. We're almost replicating the mountain green carry on up here. Interesting. I think there's lots of fun to be had with these cavers. Now the other thing that's interesting to me as well is that's dry now. What happens if I just plonk some water in this? Is it going to reactivate? The answer is yes. Well, I've got a bit of transfer on my brush here. But yeah, okay, so we can lift it and blend it out and add things to it later once it's dry with it. So that's kind of good to know as well. So the mixing capabilities seem really good. We've got a great range of colours, and with this neutral tint we can do quite interesting things. I imagine if you added a lot of neutral tint to something, that you could change it quite considerably. You know, you're going to change the landscape of the actual colour. Just with that last bit of yellow there. So that's exactly what I did here, just with different ratios. But you can see that's actually gone into a khaki green colour, which is what I was hoping it would do. So that is really interesting. Now combine that with this brush, which we're going to have mega precision with. Like put proper little pointy points in. Really delicate lines. You've got a lot of room for manoeuvre with this. And obviously I'm thinking that the Scrawler challenge is going to be some kind of portrait, which is really unusual for having these kinds of colours. But we can water these down. You know, you can use a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. If I water down that green that I've just been farting about with here, you can get quite a delicate wash as well. So this doesn't have to be all singing, all dancing, like screaming colour out at the page at you if you don't want it to. But if you do, knock yourself out. So thoughts then, just before we have a look at the scroller challenge. I like this kind of thing. I haven't had something like this for a while. Is it something I would use regularly? This paper format and the fact that they're all loose is a bit untidy and a bit messy for my liking. I'm very much an organised and like everything in one place kind of person. I think you could have great fun with these, and I know people in the past loved the other ones that we've had, well, it was a long time ago now. They are quite versatile. I'm looking forward to doing the scroller challenge, and especially excited about the brush and the eraser. So this for me has been a really fun unboxing, and I'm actually looking forward to doing the scroller challenge. So I would love to hear your thoughts on the contents of this box. As usual, please chime in down in the comment section under the video. You know I love to hear from you. Let's take a look at what the scroller challenge is. Oh, I might be dreading this a little bit. In this month's box, we're encouraging you to experiment with expressing personality through watercolour. Take inspiration from the whimsy of surrealism. What colours represent the moment you are in right now? Allow your paint to flow into your figures and portraits to form your unique character traits. Well, I would say this swatch page pretty much looks like my brain most of the time, except maybe with a few more overlaps. So I could just call it done at that. But I will be giving this some thought, and as I said at the beginning of the video, I will be doing this in a separate video, which you'll see in about a week's time. I hope you're all producing some interesting and fun art, generally just having a good time with stuff. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I want to thank you very much for coming and hanging out, always appreciate it. And I will see you back in the cave on Sunday for, hopefully, the Upcrate unboxing. So I'll see you then. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye for now.